In which company you are working? Any idea how a pharmaceutical product available for you in a pharmacy near you? Why should you choose SAS programming career in clinical research? Let us go with your questions. So today we will learn why should we choose a career in biostatistics, especially clinical SAS programming. Okay. So do you know the demand for skilled programmers is expected to grow over the next decade? With the rise of new therapies and treatments, there is a pressing need for professionals who can analyze the complex clinical trials data and provide insights that can save our lives. Today, we are going to explore the exciting opportunities available in the field of biostatistics and discuss the skills that you need to be successful in this rewarding career. So in this session, guys, this is going to be an interactive session. You can, whenever you get some doubt or something, please stop me and ask. In this session, I will give you an overview of the industry and discuss the role of SAS programming in the field of clinical trials. I will also provide an introduction to the clinical trials and describe some of the related positions and their responsibilities as well. I will also highlight the necessary educational qualifications and skills. Finally, I will provide the overview of our course and what will be covered in this particular course and the duration, and also we will have a question and answer session. Remember, this is an interactive session. If you have got some doubt, just stop and ask the question. So is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Hello.
Yeah, perfect. So, firstly, can anyone tell us how is a pharmaceutical product available for you in a pharmacy near you? How you are going to buy a product? I mean, how it will be available? Can anyone tell any idea? Any idea how a pharmaceutical product available for you in a pharmacy near you? What are all the phase? Any idea? Just just idea. It's fine. Okay. If you
Clinical
don't know,
trials, sir.
sorry.
After conducting clinical trials,
Okay, after conducting clinical trials. But how will you conduct, like, okay, we will conduct clinical trials, but on what
sir.
product we will conduct, right? So,
Sir,
okay,
pre-clinical and post-clinical, sir.
exactly. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So, first, developing a new drug, biologic or a medical device is a time consuming and costly process. It can take a span of 10 to 15 years and can cost millions, if not billions of dollars to bring a pharmaceutical product to the market. So the entire life cycle can broadly categorized into three stages. The first one is discovery and research. The first thing is to discover a drug product, okay, and then clinical development and then commercialization. So each step is requiring a lot of efforts and careful planning to ensure the success of the particular product, okay. So the first stage, during the discovery and research stage of a pharma product, laboratory scientists screen and evaluate thousands of molecules to identify a potential compound that may be effective in treating or preventing a specific disease. Once they identify a promising compound and target disease or condition, the compound undergoes extensive non-clinical testing. So the testing involves laboratory experiments, animal studies to evaluate the potential therapeutic effects and safety and also the toxicity of that particular compound. And they will determine whether it can progress to the next stage, that is clinical development stage. Okay. So now the clinical development stage. During the clinical development stage, the clinical trials are conducted to evaluate the safety and efficacy of the compound or a medical device by exposing human subjects to that particular drug or a device. Now, before moving on to the next slide, I would like to ask a question. How many phases are there in the clinical trials? Anyone wants to answer?
Four phases, sir.
Four phases.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Nice. Okay. So there are four phases. So these clinical trials are often used to compare treatments and determine which treatment option is superior. So as we know, there are four phases of clinical trials known as phase 1 to phase 4. So in phase 1, a small number of usually less than 100 healthy volunteers are administered the drug product. These studies are used to assess a compound's safety, tolerability, and pharmacologic profile. And the phase 2 studies are used to study the safety, also the efficacy or effectiveness of the compound in subjects having a specific disease or condition. Typically, these phase 2 studies are larger, enrolling 100 to 200 subjects, and these phase 2 studies are run under very controlled conditions. And then phase 3. So these phase 3 studies are referred to as pivotal studies, and these are also used to assess safety and efficacy in a specific target population. So these phase 3 studies are much larger. These phase 3 studies enroll several hundred to thousands of human subjects. Now tell me, what will happen after following the successful completion of phase 1 to phase 3? What will happen if it is
New
successful?
Then it is go to post-marketing surveillance phase 4.
Okay,
Submitting to FDA, sir.
that's
Yes, a
great.
new drug
Submitted to FDA. Okay, next. Once it is submitted to the FDA, what will happen next?
Drug will be introduced into market.
Exactly. If it gets approval, it will be introduced into the market, right? So, following successful completion of the phase 1 to phase 3 studies, data from the preclinical and clinical trials are collected and compiled into a package called as New Drug Application (NDA), which will be submitted to regulatory agencies such as FDA in the US or European Medical Agency for their review and recommendation. If the regulatory agencies approve the NDA, the product will proceed to the commercialization stage. Okay, now one more question. Sorry for asking. Okay, here the question is, do any one of you any idea about the drug regulatory body of India?
CDSCO, sir.
CDSCO, sir.
CDSCO.
CDSCO.
That's great.
CDSCO.
Full form?
Central Drug Standard Control
Central
Organization.
Drug Standard Organization.
Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Great.
Control Organization.
Yeah. Great. Thank you all for answering. Okay. So once these phase 1 to phase 3 successful, and then it is submitted to the FDA, and then you have got approval. Now the product is available in the market. So the pharmaceutical product is allowed to market and sell its product in the countries where the regulatory approval has been granted. Once marketed, once it is in the pharmacy near you, the manufacturer must continue to monitor and collect the information about its product and provide updates to the regulatory bodies regarding the safety of its product. Usually these are the phase 4 studies. These are these phase 4 studies continue to collect safety and efficacy information on the product usage to test the to test the use of the product for new indication, or if there are any adverse events are coming upon usage, also to study the cost effectiveness and the quality of life issues associated with that particular drug. So that's why these phase 4 studies also known as post marketing surveillance. Okay, now what is the role of statistics? What is the role of SAS programming, or what is this? That is what this is going to be all about. So throughout the product development life cycle, statistical methods play a critical role in all the three stages: discovery and research, and then clinical development stage, commercialization stage. So the first, during the discovery and research stage, statistical methodology is employed to analyze the data obtained from laboratory experiments, and by utilizing the experimental design methods, it is maybe possible to reduce the sample size and the number of studies required, thereby helping the helping to manage the costs. Similarly, statistical methods are also used during the clinical development and commercialization stages to effectively plan and carry out the particular clinical trials, as well as analyze the data collected from these particular clinical trials. Now, what is the role of programming? Clinical trials generate a huge amounts of data which must be collected, stored, manipulated, combined, analyzed and presented in a meaningful way. Now tell me, what will happen when you join a hospital for some reason? What will happen when you join a hospital? Just for example, imagine you have got fever, okay? You will go to hospital. The moment you enter into the hospital, what will happen?
Screening of the person.
Exactly. So the moment when you enter the hospital, they will start collecting the information, right? They will give you a file where they will start collecting information like your name, age, gender, date of birth, systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, height, weight, BMI, etc. Right? And then you will go to the doctor's room where he will ask you for your symptoms or situation. Based on the preliminary assessments, he will recommend some diagnosis. Then you will go to the diagnosis room where you will complete your lab test or scannings or ECG, X-rays, MRIs, etc. Right? Then again the doctor will look at all the reports and recommend a treatment, or if required a surgery, right? Same way in clinical trials, the data will be collected using the case report form. Okay, a human subject is enrolled in the clinical trials and each and every information will be collected on what? Do you have any idea? So we will call them as clinical case report forms. Okay, in clinical trials, for example, you are one subject. Okay, you are one participant in the clinical trials. The moment you enrolled into the clinical trials, they will start collecting your details like your demographics, your initials, your ID, your date of birth, date of joining, okay, first name, last name, gender, race, ethnicity, phone numbers, address, and also more things like, let me show you, like your eligibility check, medical history, and then your informed consultation form, and then vital signs, and then your ECG. Okay, so they will start collecting all those details. What are all the drug products you are taking? What are all the outcomes? What are all the laboratory results? What are all the adverse events? What is an adverse event? Any idea?
Unintended.
Yeah, and any untoward adverse reaction that is not we are expecting, but still when you use a drug product you may feel that. So all those things they will start collecting, right? And once they collect those things, the data will be stored in a database systems. So, something like I'm just showing you an Excel file. For example, this is one particular human subject. It is his date of screening, and then just imagine it as date of joining in a hospital, and then his race, something like that. We will collect huge data. See, chest x-ray, laboratory reports, physical examination, vital signs, electronic cardiogram, the ECG, and then drug, what are all the drug products he is taking, at what time he is taking. Okay, we will collect all those details. Okay, now what is the role of programming here is, the programming is used in conjunction with the statistical software to carry out all these tasks, and SAS has been widely adopted by the industry for many years to uh, you know uh, uh, store the to manipulate the data, combine the data, analyze the data, and should be presented in a meaningful way. The SAS is used to present it, report it, manipulate the data. Now SAS has been widely adopted by the industry for many years. The majority of the biopharmaceutical and medical device companies currently use SAS, particularly when working with their clinical trials data. SAS programming is user friendly and easy to learn. 3000 plus life sciences companies are using SAS. 100% of Fortune 500 companies in the life sciences category are using SAS. Pharmaceuticals, medical devices, vaccines, or any other healthcare companies require US FDA approval to release their products in the market. For that particular approval process, all these companies must use this SAS tool to report that particular data that what we have seen. Okay, I hope you have got an idea. Next, let us move on to let us understand clinical trials. Okay, so the conduct and the execution of this particular clinical trials is described in a document called clinical study protocol. So the protocol is a written plan which describes the objectives of the study, types of the subjects who will be enrolled, schedules of the tests, and the procedures which will be performed on that particular human subject, drugs and dosages, and length of the particular clinical trial study, and outcomes that will be measured. So the clinical trial is conducted at one or more clinical study sites chosen by the company conducting that particular clinical trial, which is known as study sponsor. Clinical study sites may include doctors' offices, hospitals, clinics, or outpatient facilities. And some of the key personnel involved in writing the protocol and conducting the clinical trial include the clinical program manager who serves as a project manager, and they may have oversight over multiple clinical trials centers. And then medical monitor, he is a physician who provides his medical guidance in the design, execution, and the reporting of the clinical trials. And the clinical research associate or a CRA who is responsible for monitoring the execution of that particular clinical trials at the clinical study site. He will be collecting the all those details. Okay, and then medical writer who compiles and prepares the clinical documents, particularly those to be filed with the regulatory agencies. And the data manager who oversees the design and maintenance of the database where the clinical trials data are stored. And then biostatistician, he provides his statistical expertise in the clinical trials design and also analysis of the data. And then statistical programmer or SAS programmer who generates the required data sets, tables, listings, figures needed for the analysis and reporting of the clinical trials data. Clinical study, once the clinical trial is completed, a report will be prepared and written. That is clinical study report, CSR. Now, can anyone tell me what is ICH? Full form of the ICH?
International Conference of Harmonization.
Yeah, International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, ICH, which is unique in bringing together the regulatory authorities and the pharmaceutical industry to discuss the scientific and technical aspects of the drug registration. And any idea when it is incepted? I mean, when it is invented? I mean, when it is started? Okay, no problem. And how many guidelines are there?
14 principles.
No. Types of guidelines. There are 4 types of
Four,
guidelines, right?
four
Efficacy,
types.
multidisciplinary, safety, and quality, right? So when as we are working in a clinical trials environment, we will go with efficacy guidelines. Okay. Now, biostatistics related positions and their responsibilities. The vast majority of biostatistics related jobs involve working with the clinical trials data. Okay, so the biostatistician has the primary responsibility to provide his statistical expertise in the design of the clinical trials and in the analysis and associated interpretations of the study data. Also, the other key responsibilities may include writing the statistical methodology and methodology section of the protocol, which describes the statistical analysis, Also, his responsibilities may include determining the correct sample size or number of subjects needed to achieve the statistical significance, and generate the study's randomization schedule, which is used to randomly assign subjects in the clinical trials to different treatments in the different treatment groups in the study. Also, writing the statistical analysis plan or SAP, which is a document that provides more specific details for performing the statistical analysis described in the study protocol. Also, defining the outputs like defining the particular outputs like tables, listings, figures that are needed for the analysis. And also pharmacokinetics, they provide providing the statistical support for exploration, analysis, presentation and interpretation of the PKPD data. And statistical programmer or SAS programmer. So the SAS programmer has primary responsibility of writing programs in SAS to generate the output datasets, tables, listings and figures that are needed for the analysis and reporting of the clinical trials study. And other key responsibilities include annotating a case report form, blank case report form, database structures where the data will be stored, and then creating analysis datasets containing derived variables, writing programs to validate the outputs and output datasets produced by others. In some companies, a distinction is made between statistical programmer and clinical programmer. In these companies, statistical programmers generate all the necessary statistical outputs needed for the study, and they will work closely with the project statisticians. And also, the other related responsibilities for a statistical programmer include creating datasets in standardized structure and format for submission to the FDA. There are also pharmacokinetics programmers who involve working with the pharmacologists to produce the datasets needed for performing the pharmacokinetic analysis. Now, what are all the educational qualifications that are required to become a SAS programmer or a statistical programmer? So, to obtain a position as a statistical programmer or a clinical programmer, a minimum bachelor's degree is required. Good quantitative skills, extensive knowledge of the SAS programming language is also required. Both written and oral communications may be required, and being detail oriented is also helpful characteristics. Along with the educational qualifications, few companies may ask for certifications. There are various types of certifications. We will discuss about it once we get started with our course. Now, why should you choose SAS programming career in clinical research? SAS tool enables you to write programs to access, explore, prepare and analyze the data. SAS is used for statistical analysis and enables users to perform tasks such as importing data from multiple sources, and also future job prospects appear to be good because the demand for people with programming skills both in biostatistics and SAS programming remains high. And also, SAS has over 40,000 customers worldwide and holds largest market share in advanced analytics platform. And guys, it has been tagged as the leader consistently for the last 6 consecutive years in the advanced analytics platforms. So in summary, if you are looking for the opportunity to develop and expand your career while also collaborating with other talented individuals in positively impacting health for everyone, please consider a career in biostatistics and clinical SAS programming. Now, what will be covered in this course of SAS programming in clinical research, and why should you choose us, and what is the course duration, and what is our assurance for you? Now, what you will be learning is base SAS macro language, SAS SQL, SAS statistical procedures, graphical procedures, and also what is data, how to access the data, how to explore the data, validate the data, data preparation, manipulation, analysis, reporting of the data, exporting results, summarizing the data, functions, custom formats, combining procedures, graphical procedures, SQL and macro language. Also, what is clinical research? What are all the clinical trials? What is the drug development process? What are all ICH guidelines? What are all the regulatory and ethical guidelines? What is the documentation needed for this particular conduction and execution of clinical trials? What is CFR? Okay, and also what is CDISC? Introduction to the CDISC standards. This covers the basics of CDISC standards and why they are important in clinical research, SDTM mapping, TFL programming, and also clinical study reports. And along with the course, programming and clinical standards, we will provide assignments with fictitious data to create real-time environment, end-to-end project experience, and we will be conducting knowledge transfer sessions and videos on solutions to assignments and certification preparation. And we will be providing a lot of books along the way. We have collected so many books, so we will share all of them. And the class and the duration would be and the classes would take up to 4 months, and you would need 2 months for preparation. And guys, for SAS programming, learning and the practice is the key. Also, we will be covering Fuse, Pharmasec, Lex Johnson, article search, mock interviews, resume building, and how to approach jobs, and LinkedIn optimization, how to attract the recruiters on LinkedIn, how to find the jobs easily at small scale or startup companies, and also BABE centers, bioavailability bioequivalence centers. Okay, so yeah, so this is about the introduction. Now let us go for question and answers. Let me, yeah, yeah guys, this is about it now. Okay, yeah, we have received for some comments in the chat. Please upload the recorded session in the YouTube because I can't. Yes, yes, Prem, we'll definitely upload the entire session in the YouTube. So now, let us go with your questions, doubts, etc. Go ahead, guys. Is it clear so far? Abhi Gowda, in which company you are working? I should not tell my company, okay? As per my company policy, I should not be sharing anything related to my company, okay? uh, Harsha Reddy, what is the fee structure for this course and what certifications you provide? Okay, that is a good question. The fee structure is 30,000, but it is flexible. And one more thing, guys, we have started our YouTube channel a year ago to provide all the programming, whatever the programming knowledge that we have for free. But people undervalue free things. They don't take it seriously. That's why we are charging a minimum fee of 30,000. If you go to institutes or something else, they will charge you like anything 40,000, 50,000, and some institutes are charging like 30,000 for SAS. And then they have started a thing called internship. They don't provide anything, and they are calling it as internship, where they are charging 40,000, and but still not getting any jobs. They are now, those people are now reaching to us to help to get them a job. That's why we have created two YouTube videos also. LinkedIn optimization, how to attract recruiters on LinkedIn, and also how to get a job as a SAS programmer easily. Those two videos are already available on our YouTube channel. If you follow those steps, you will get a job for sure. And we will be with you till you get a job, or even after getting a job. Okay, so yeah. And certifications, Harsha, thanks for that question. See, for example, if you are joining in an institute, they will tell like, we will give you a certificate of completion of SAS course. But if you go to a company for an interview, they don't consider those certifications. They will only consider global SAS certificates. Let me share my screen and show you what I am talking about. SAS is a software company. Okay, just type SAS in the Google, SAS Institute. Okay, So this is software company based in what we say US. Okay, and if you open their website, here you will be seeing certifications. Just type certifications over here. Okay, SAS global certification. Okay, so after completion of our course you can enroll for the SAS certification and write the exam, and if you are getting the pass mark, you will get that certification. Myself, I'm base SAS certified, advanced SAS certified programmer, base and advanced, both base and advanced SAS certified programmer. Okay, so we know like we will teach you how to crack this exam. Okay, we have so many mock like what we say question papers and guides and books. Let me show you our 1 minute, guys. Let me share my screen once again, sorry. So there are so many books, guys. If you are joining or not, but if you are really interested, I will provide all these books for free, don't worry. Okay, that doesn't matter. uh, okay, let me share my screen. See, there are so many resources available. If you can see, these are all the books. Okay, but also SAS certification books we have from official SAS website. We bought that books when I was preparing for my exam. I will provide that books as well, don't worry. Okay, I just me when, yeah, okay, don't worry, I will provide that books as well. Yeah, yeah. Any more questions? Okay, any other programming language? We have received one more comment, guys, in the chat box. Let me share my screen once again. Yeah, so is there any other programming language should be known to be as that is not at all required, just SAS is enough to get a job. Okay, but for example, if you are really interested, if you are really proactive, after completing SAS you may learn R programming, because once you learn one programming language, remaining programming languages are easy. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Harsha, fee should be paid. Yes, you can pay it in installments. There is no need to pay it once. Also, from tomorrow onwards, we will be conducting programming classes. Harshit, he's also having 7 years of experience. He will be taking programming classes from tomorrow. He is working for one of the MNCs. He is based in India, so he will be taking programming classes from tomorrow. You can listen up to 5 classes and then you can decide. Okay, whether if you want to continue or not. Okay. Yeah, can you give internship to us? This is what internship. Okay, where we are teaching from basic, from head to toys. Okay, we are teaching everything. You can call this as an internship. Okay, if you are getting certification from SAS global SAS certification, that is more than enough to get any job across the world. Okay, but you will not get a job abroad from India as a fresher. Okay, and after getting few years of experience, you will get a job in abroad. Okay, any more questions? Sundar Pal Kaskurti, sir, but present all companies hiring experience. See, guys, there are two videos on our YouTube channel. One is how to attract recruiters on LinkedIn, and the second one is how to get a job as a SAS programmer. Let me share my experiences. See, same thing, whatever presents all companies hiring experienced candidates, as many people are telling. At that time in 2017, same thing was happening. Every company was asking for experienced candidates. Now what I did is that I there are conferences like Fuse, Pharmasec. Let me share my screen and show you quickly. It won't take much time, guys, and then we can move on to one more question. So I was very curious, I was very proactive. What I did was Fuse. If you can see my screen, this is just like in our colleges we were having IPA student conferences, paper poster presentation, something like that, right? Same way we have Fuse for statistical SAS programmers. This event these events are happening. So I was very curious. For example, if you can see in 2023 March, there was US Connect in USA 5th to 8th, and then on March 18th there was a SDE single day event in Hyderabad. So what I did is that I was trying to attend all these as events, as many events as possible, but I couldn't attend single event. But what I did is that on Lex Johnson website, okay, every paper in that particular conferences who might be presenting, there are so many papers who all are presenting in those conferences. Every paper will be there in this particular website. I was trying to read relevant papers and then sending connection requests on LinkedIn to the particular people, and then I was asking like, I was not desperately messaging them, but once in a while, once in a month, I was pinging them and asking for the reference, for example if they have any vacancies. And also simultaneously I was posting regularly on LinkedIn what I was learning, so that way my connections will get to know that he is learning actively, he has subject. So there are so many startup companies, guys, they will hire freshers, literally freshers. Let me show you one example. Let quickly show you one example. Okay, if you go to 2024 or 2023, let me show you 2023 itself. See, US Connect. Okay, I've just clicked on EU Connect, sorry. If you can see this, let me go down where it is, sponsors. If you can click on the sponsors, here you will be seeing all the company names who are sponsoring that: Domino, Fortria, SAS, Instem, Roche. These are all the companies, guys. I was sending connection requests to all the employees of this whatever company I see it over here. I was searching in Google and sending LinkedIn and sending connection requests to all of them. And also one more thing, if I find any small scale companies, I was reaching out to the CEOs or head of statistical programming people and asking for the reference. That's how I have got my first job in Genpro Research, Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram. That was a startup company. See, if you have subject, startup companies what they will do is that even though they have vacancy for freshers, sorry, experienced candidates, if they feel like you have subject, they will hire you, because if they are taking experienced candidates, they will have to pay more. But when they are taking freshers like you will join for a bit very low salary, right? For example, as a fresher they will give you 40,000. For example, if they are taking experienced candidates, they will have to pay 1 lakh or 70,000. That's how, if they feel like you have subject, they will take you even though they have vacancy for experienced candidate. If they feel like you have subject, they will pick you. That's how we can get a job easily. So I have explained each and every step of this particular process in recent videos that is already uploaded on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch. Okay, so yeah, that's done. Pooja Rathore, what is the starting salary? The starting salaries are 40,000 for fresher, Pooja, in India. So Tarun Buddha, when will you start the classes? From tomorrow. From tomorrow, programming classes will be starting. Okay, from tomorrow will be started from tomorrow. So Munisha Begum, what is the difference between RA and SAS? Regulatory affairs is different. SAS is different. SAS is programming language to manipulate the clinical trials data, to present the clinical trials data in a meaningful way in accordance with the US FDA guidelines. US FDA recommends submitting the SAS data sets for the review of the particular product. Okay. Yeah, any more questions, guys? Guarantee. See, Harsha, he's asking guarantee placements. We won't guarantee anything, because if you are working hard, if you are following whatever the steps that we are teaching, you will get a job. If you are not following, and if you are paying money, and if you are not putting efforts and asking job, where is the job, I can't provide you the job. I'm telling you upfront. If you are keeping efforts, if you are learning subject effectively, you will get a job for sure, because I am the live example, guys. I have learned on my own. For the first 3 months I took coaching from my senior, one of my roommates. He was working in an MNC now. So he was my roommate. I was learning from him, but after 3 months of teaching, he left to Bangalore we were staying in Hyderabad, but he got a job in Bangalore, so he left in between. From there, I was learning on my own, and I was being active on LinkedIn. That's how I got my job. If you are being proactive, if you are learning subject, if you are continuously dedicating, then you will get a job. Otherwise, you won't get a job. So I can't guarantee you. But if you are putting efforts, you will get a job for sure. That's it. Okay. Now Shiva, SQL should be known before learning. No, 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 not at all required. There is no need to learn anything. There is no need of having any basic knowledge before starting with the SAS programming. Okay, you can get started, but the basic thing you need is you will have to have laptop and internet connectivity. That's it. There is no need to do anything. Okay, Bharat. Sir, previous have you placed? Yes, we have placed 3 4 students, but they are not students. They are my brother, one of my brothers, and my juniors. We have placed. They are now working with one of the best MNCs in India. I'll do one thing. I will make them share their insights as well. Okay, I will conduct an Instagram live with them. They will share their insights. Okay. Thanks, Bharat, for that question. Pavan, what is your YouTube channel name? Our YouTube channel name is Statistical Academy. Let me type it in the comment box. Okay. Okay. Sundar Paul, can you say your coaching? I did not learn it from any coaching institute. I was learning from my senior. He was my roommate. I was just talking about it. What is the difference between SAS and CDM? CDM is like they are dealing with the data collection part, raw data collection part, and SAS is completely programming, technical side, where they are working on SAS tool to present the data, to manipulate the data, to present it in a meaningful way, to submit to the FDA. Okay. So at present, everyone are choosing clinical SAS. Why can't SAP? I don't know about SAP. I mean, I have an idea what is SAP. That is a kind of management kind of tool, but I have no idea on much idea on SAP. If you want, I'll research on it. I have my friends who are working as a SAP consultants here in London. I'll talk to them. Even if you are really interested, I will make a live. I will conduct an Instagram live with them. Okay, Harsha. What's the timing of classes? There are some Telugu when we can't understand, they can explain. Yeah, but yeah, Harsha. Okay, that's fine. What type of jobs can I do for my expenses till I get a job offer from SAS? See, sailing on two boats is not possible. For example, if you are working in a PV or some other jobs and learning SAS, it is not at all possible, guys. Literally, I was working in pharma industry. I couldn't get enough time to practice. So that's why I quit my job in 2017 February. I quit my pharmaceutical industry job and sat for 8 months, and then I got my first job. Okay, so for example, if I was doing that job and learning this thing, I couldn't be able to focus on it. So doing two things could be difficult, I can say. Okay, I'm already into coding with 6 years of experience. So will companies? Yeah, Tarun, that's a nice question. They will definitely consider your experience if you put your efforts and learn the SAS programming, and if you can show your dedication. I mean, in on the LinkedIn platform, they will definitely consider you. Many startup companies will take you, those kind of people as well. Even large scale companies are also hiring. Internal transfers are also happening. One of my friend, when I was working in Covance Bangalore, he was working in PV pharmacovigilance, but he has learned SAS and then moved internally as well. So they will consider if you are really learning, if you are having subject, if you are having programming skills well enough, they will definitely take you, even though your previous experience was into different thing. Shiva, pharmacovigilance or SAS? Definitely SAS. Don't go for pharmacovigilance. See, I can say jobs are scams. How big that could be? Jobs will not make us rich. Even though, for example, you may get 3 lakhs of salary, even though you will not be become rich, because let's say for example you have 100 acres of land. Okay, you alone you can't be able to do the farming in 100 acres of land, right? So what you will do, you will hire labor or someone to work for you for a piece of money. Will they become rich by working for you? No, right? The same way, if we are working in a company, we will not be rich. How big that could be. So instead of working in non-technical jobs like pharmaceutical industry or pharmacovigilance, I'm just creating awareness to work in a technical job like SAS programming, where you will get work from home option, so that you can spend at least life with family while working. You will have work life balance and you will have great salaries. And if possible, for example 9 to 5, if it is office timings, after 5 o'clock you can work on your own things, starting a business or starting a YouTube channel or starting an Instagram page or whatever. At least we can do that, right? So that's why I'm creating awareness to work in technical jobs like programming. And also, if you are working as a clinical SAS programmer, you will be dealing with our pharmaceutical data only, clinical trials data, completely our pharmacy products, our pharmaceutical knowledge, everything is ours. Okay. Okay. Can you please tell me the fee for coaching? I have already yeah, Sri Sai, that 30,000 per person, I have already told this. Santosh, please make a in detail video on SAP. Yeah, sure, Santosh. Akash, it will be amazing if you bring people working in SAS. I am working in SAS already. I'll definitely bring more people, my colleagues, and also one of my friend. He's principal programmer working in USA, same company. He and me. I will bring him also to share his insights as well, because he is having around 14 years of experience. And also one more person, Harshit. He is having 7 plus years of experience. He will be teaching programming classes from tomorrow. And also I will also bring medical coders, pharmacovigilance people to share their insights, so that you will get a better idea what is going on. Okay, I have friends. Okay, Sundar, is it real? I'm scared about your learning, because most of my friends taken SAS in institute but they can't get till now. But you are saying did take. Yes, absolutely, it is possible to get a job if we are proactive. Okay, just look at me. I got my job in India. I In the span of 7 years I switched 6 companies, and I'm working in my 6th company here in London, UK, as a senior statistical programmer. Definitely we will get a job if we are proactive and if we are curious towards learning. Okay, Talla Vamshidhar. Can we do M Farm as well? No, no, no. Don't go for M Farm. B Farm is more than enough to do any job. Bachelor's degree is more than enough to any job. See, I'll tell you an example, guys. Uh, uh, my friends will feel bad, but don't worry. It is okay. 2015, I passed out from my B Farm. Okay, my friends, my batchmates, they took coaching for GPAT, and then they cracked the GPAT exam, and then they cracked the NIPER exam also. They have studied in NIPER Mohali, Punjab, for 2 years. Still they are not getting. Some people are getting good job. Some people are getting good salaries. One two friends are working in HEOR department. They are getting good salary. That's absolutely fine. But three of the remaining 3 people are working in industry. They are getting very low salaries, guys. So bachelor's degree is more than enough to do anything. Look at me. I just have B Farm. I'm earning good salary and I'm in a good position, I can say. Okay, so don't go for M Farm. That's absolutely waste of time, I can say. What are the requirements for freshers to get a job? Nitya, I have made a video on how to get a job, that is already in our YouTube channel. Just go for it. Okay, base SAS certification, yes, absolutely, base SAS is enough to get a job. Okay, also, yeah, see Nitya, we have I have created a video on how to get a job, where you can find companies who all are hiring programmers. That is a detailed video. You can get a lot of information out of that. Okay, and if you are still getting confused, just reach out to me or comment any of my videos on Instagram. I will make a video again. Okay. In not criticism, but I'm telling your reference. Then what about without reference? See, guys. For example, I'm working in a company where I'm working on technical side, programming side. Okay, and the vacancies, jobs, recruitment side is completely different department. We have no idea on it. And also, for example, as I'm working in a large scale company, what will happen if there is a vacancy? Even though with my reference also you will have to go through the same process, same layers of filtration, and also without reference also you will have to go through the same layers of filtration. Okay, there is no difference. But the thing is, for example, if you are getting selected in the interview, if you are going from my reference, I will get some amount, that's it. Okay, but large scale companies will hire experienced candidates. But small scale startup companies, bioavailability, bioequivalence centers in Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, wherever you go, there are a lot of companies, startup companies are there, where they will hire literally freshers because of cost reduction, cost saving. They will definitely hire. Okay, that look at me. I got my first job in startup company in Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram. I was there for 1 year, and then I switched to Covance, and then I switched to Cytel, and then I switched to Tiger Med, and now I'm in UK. Okay, thank you, Shiva. Thank you for wonderful presentation. Yes, thank you, Shiva. What would you like to say about Rohit Sharma being removed from captaincy of India? I'm not interested in cricket and all. Thanks, Pavan, for that question. Instead of technical stuff and all, let us discuss about all this kind of stuff also. I'm very interested, but I don't watch cricket. I don't watch sports and all. So one of my brother is there. One of my brothers is there. Talla Vamshidhar. He is my brother. Okay. He is very interested in cricket and stuff. He will answer that question. Okay. Sarvesh, I have searched SAS on LinkedIn. I noticed that there are so many people have completed SAS certification, but still not. See, that's the point, guys. Let me share my screen and show you why they are not getting a job. Okay. That's a nice question, Sarvesh. Let me share one example right away. There is a fictitious profile. Okay, I don't show my own profile. LinkedIn. Okay. Uh, okay, so this is a fictitious profile. If you can see over here, this is an optimized LinkedIn profile. Okay, where you can see statistical programmer, series standard, SAS certified, and where you have learned a SAS coaching and your college, and then about section. Okay, and then for example, if you are giving any presentations, you can add the link also, so that you can watch. Okay. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Now, for example, I will open one of the profile of people who have learned SAS but not getting any jobs. What they will do is that just actively looking for, they will keep like this, actively looking for SAS programming opportunities. They will keep like this. Their headline will be like this. If you can see, I don't want to point out, but people will keep like that. Let me show you. See, for example, LinkedIn member, if you can see, actively looking for clinical SAS programming opportunities. They don't get a job if they are keeping their headline like this. See, even though it is a dummy profile, even though it is a dummy profile, I have got messages from recruiters because I have kept my profile, I have optimized my profile. If you can see, senior talent acquisition partner, and he is literally asking me, Dear Lisa, I reviewed your profile on LinkedIn. I would like to let you know that we are looking for a great people with SAS programming skills along with CDs and all. You have, see, you have an interesting background with some skills that come across that look what we look for. Guys, 99% of recruiters are on LinkedIn to search a job candidates. If you have optimized your LinkedIn profile, you will get in those recruiter search, and then they will reach out to you. Look at here, title clinical bioinformatics. I have optimized my profile. and in their search my profile came up first, then that's why they are reaching out to me. Even though it is a dummy profile, I have presented in a nice way. That's why I am getting messages from recruiters. But they don't even optimize their LinkedIn profiles. They don't even what we say, post on LinkedIn. They don't even active on LinkedIn. How will they get jobs? Okay. Sir, I have a suggestion from my side. Don't you start a startup company by freshers from here, because I have 7 plus. See, guys, that's a great thing, but I am currently working in a company. I should not speak about something like that. Okay, I should not. I should not say anything from my work. Oh, okay, on that particular thing. Okay. Previously, you said that you must write an exam to get a SAS certificate. For that, yes, exactly. You need to pay around 12,000 or something. Bharat. Okay. Any more questions, guys? If you don't have any questions, we will wind up the call. And if you just stay tuned, from tomorrow onwards, the programming classes will be conducted by Harshit. Okay. Yeah. Any questions?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, Nandish, go ahead.
Yes, sir. How is this biostatisticians and SAS programmers different, sir? Like, which is better option in a longer run?
Both are good.
Are they
But
different or they same, sir?
both are good. Just to give you an example, biostatistician. As I know that you have already completed your SAS coaching, you might be knowing about tables, listings, figures, right?
Yeah, sir.
Biostatistician will design the tables and listings figures layout, and the statistical programmer creates the tables and listings. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir. Can you come again?
Biostatistician will create the layout of the tables, listings, figures. Statistical programmers creates the tables, listings, figures in that particular layout. Okay. And also, biostatistician provides his statistical expertise in the design, conduct of the clinical trials, and the statistical programmer creates the data sets required for that particular analysis.
Okay, can we say that they both are linked to each other? Like,
Absolutely,
first,
absolutely. They are linked, but the roles and the work is different for biostatistician and the statistical programmer. The outputs will
yeah,
be
okay.
reviewed by biostatistician. The outputs are generated by statistical programmer.
Yeah, sir. Now I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Both
sir.
are
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Both are having same
Yeah.
level of salaries. Both are good.
In a longer run, we can say SAS or biostatisticians.
Both are working on programming language as well. Both are working on tools, right? So both are having same salaries. Both are having same uh, career in long run. There is no difference. Yeah, in salary
Yeah,
wise or
okay.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Harsha. So Bharat, yeah, 30K for course. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you are providing statistical academy certificate of. Yeah, even though we will provide a certificate of statistical academy that this person has completed SAS coaching, they don't consider those certificates. They will only consider, for example, if you are reaching out to some of the CEO of the startup company and telling that I have just completed my SAS certification from SAS, I have completed my global SAS certification, then they will consider, right? They don't consider saying that I have completed my SAS coaching and I have course completion certificate. They don't consider. They will only consider global SAS certification, for example. And also, guys, one more thing: we can get a job, we can crack the job even without having a SAS base as certification as well. If we are proactive on LinkedIn, if we are continuously posting on something on LinkedIn, we will get a job. I have made a video. You can get a job without having a certification as well. They will look at your programming skills. They don't look at your certifications. For example, if you are having a certificate, will they take you directly? No, right? They will conduct the interview. They will check the programming skills. Then only they will take. For example, if you are having certification and they have conducted interview. If you are not participating well in the interview, they don't take, right? Bharat, I'll definitely tell you the timings, Bharat. I'll post in the group. Please, I'll post the timings in the group. Yeah. Yeah, okay, everyone. If you don't have any questions, bye. Have a nice time.